No.
So what?
If someone invested money in you and they gave you like a bigger place to teach your
No, we don't need that. Why? Because the scriptures say that wisdom is in the streets. Right. Wisdom cries in the streets.
That's true, yeah, that's true.
So we don't need no building.
But
see, because we as a people, we as a people are what? Destroyed. But we as a so-called black people, we're destroyed. So ultimately, when we're destroyed, the only place we have to teach is in the streets. We don't have a building, a grand mansion to be teaching our people. We gotta be in at the bottom part, man, which is in the streets, where we have nothing, right? At the bottom up, you gotta build from the bottom up.
But when you build and you grow, like you ain't looking to grow.
We are growing. You ain't seen about us in the internet, the Hebrew Israelites?
No, I'm just saying like you ain't looking to grow, like to be like TJJ, easy, TDJ, son.
We don't need that. The Most High's finance in this. This is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. You hear that? Wisdom cries and utters her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge, man. Right? So, wisdom is uttering her voice in the streets, not in a building. Do you understand? All our ancestors, when we were teaching this word, we was out here in the marketplaces trying to teach our people the words of their deliverance. Trying to teach them, listen, man, you have to believe in our hero, our Redeemer. His name is Yahweh Shai. He's the one that's going to come and save us. Not Marcus Garvey, not Malcolm X, not Black Lives Matter. Our hero is the man of the Bible that died for our sins 2,000 years ago. He was a black man. His name was Yahweh Shai. He was a black man, He looked like you and me. He died for the sins of our
KJV mean?
King James Version.
King James was also a black man.
You're a so-called black man, you want to see the restoration of your own people? The Bible speaks about that. The Bible speaks about it. What else in the world would you rather more? What else in the world are you more ambitious for? This is what your mind should be cleaving to, aspiring for. A so-called black man died for the sins of his own people. He gave his own life for his own people. So everything that the white man told you was a lie. He's a liar. Real talk. Real talk, man. Huh?
Is that something else?
So-called white man is a liar. And everything we was taught inside these churches was all lies. We have to relearn what we lost, man. Now, who are we? As collectively, as so-called black people, we are the Israelites. Israelites. We descend from a man called Jacob. We're his descendants, man.
Brother, what do you think about before when Christianity was introduced to Africa and Africans were killing each other? What do you think about that?
So you see this word Africa, again, this word Africa. Everybody's called Africa. You got Arabs that call themselves Africans.
Because
you got white people, you got white people that call themselves Africans.
Because they're born in Africa, they think
you got Ethiopians and Somalians that call themselves Africans.
Ethiopians.
The word Africa is just a collective term. Anybody can say they're African.
It's a continent.
Who are we? Who are we? Who are we? Who are the Bantu?
We are black people, but some black
people. Everyone's black. The East Indians are black.
Everybody's not black.
The Arabs are black.
The Arabs.
They're also melanated.
Yeah,
they're also black.
Yeah.
But who are we?
The descendants of Africa.
But here, everybody African. Africa is just the name of a continent.
That's right.
So exactly, that's not you are our people. Who are we?
Do you know something like a white person?
We're not related to the Somalian.
We're not.
We're not related to them. Those are different people. They're melanated, but they're not our people. They're a different lineage.
But the Africans do.
So, are we the same bloodline? Do we have the same heritage? Do we have the same history?
So what's the difference between
No,
Somalians
we
and
don't.
other people?
We are the Israelites. They're the Cushites. They're Cush. We're Israel. We're Jacob. We're one people. We have the same history. Once upon a time, we had the same language.
This world is totally...
Uganda, Congo, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Ghana,
Apart from Somalia.
Somalia, Ethiopia, Eritrea, they were different people. But you should know that. You should know that.
No,
That's why you should know that.
I didn't know.
You should know that. Just by simple observation, you should know that.
Me, this is what I know, right? White people fucked up, black people fucked up more.
You said black people is a broad terminology.
Well, the descendants of Africa, as long as white people can claim Africa too, as long as they're born there, they can be like, I'm African.
You are the different descendants. I'm just saying that you are the people of the Bible. The Bible is our record book. It's our history book. Once upon a time, we were slaves in Egypt. We built their pyramids. We were slaves in Egypt, man. Right?
But Africans were enslaving anyone outside.
Who are the people of Egypt? I'm gonna ask you a question. Who are the original people of Egypt? Who are they today? Who are their descendants today? The descendants of Egypt. Where are they today?
But before, there's no introduction of Bible in Africa.
Say what?
Before, back in the days, there's no introduction of Bible in Africa.
There's no introduction of Bible
in Africa.
But you had the prophets, man, the laws and the prophets.
The prophet.
During the time of Moses.
Yeah.
Okay? We had laws and commandments that were given to us. That's where Genesis, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Leviticus came about, the 5 books of Moses.
Brother, have you been to Africa before?
I have, yeah.
You have. I'm gonna tell you about Africa, right? Africans still believe in their spiritual small gods that they have there. Even before religion and the Bible was introduced,
Yeah, that's what
they had their small things they believe in.
Yes.
What I'm trying to say, like, the tribe could have people that believe in so many different things and they live like that. So that was the history. When the Bible was brought around, the Bible was basically brought around to confuse black people more.
You're buying the white people.
To confuse them more.
Right. What was
The
shown?
white people brought you back.
This was shown to you. This was shown to you. This was shown to you by the white man. Lies, deceit. The white man brought that to you.
But it's not all Africans believe in that. Some Africans don't. They still believe in
Saying the version of the Bible that you was taught was given to you by your colonizers.
It wasn't given
by
to me.
your slave
It was
masters.
sold to me.
Either way,
Yeah.
by the same people, so-called white people, Edomites. This was given to you, right? But but when you go into the Bible, when you open up the Bible, you find out everything the white man told you was a lie. The Bible was actually our record book.
That's right.
It was actually our book, written by us. We wrote the Bible, Old and New Testament. Don't you know that the prophets are called niggers? That's in the book of Acts. You know that the prophets in Antioch, Paul was called a nigger. Barnabas was called a nigger, man. They were all niggas. They were all black men. Moses was a black man. King David was a black man. Solomon was a black man.
That's right.
Jeremiah, they were all black men. It was us. So the white man lied. Do you understand?
I understand. May just some more questions. But what do you think? What do you think would have happened if the white man didn't go to Africa to introduce religion?
Introduce his version.
Crazy.
He did that because it's called white supremacist agenda to keep you underneath him.
I'm not talking about fashion, I'm talking about religion in general. Africans were doing things, were believing in their natural spirits.
Because we're into idolatry.
But now look,
we're into idolatry. Worshipping these different idols, all these different spiritualities, which are all demons, man. You women will be worshipping that.
But you can't tell them the demons when they still believe in them and they work for them. Like some people in Asia believe like cows are God. They believe.
But those are all idols. Those are all idols.
It's all in the mind. It's all in the mind.
But you see, this is why we as a people were dispersed. You have some of our people calling themselves Sierra Leoneans, some of our people calling themselves Nigerians, some of our people called Ghanaians or Ugandans, some of our people scattered in India, right? All around the world.
They're
We were
looking for
scattered.
money. They're looking for
No, we were scattered. But no, you have to understand.
I just want to ask you a question. Do you know the Flasher, the Ethiopian Flasher?
Huh?
You know
They're not the root. They're Cushites. They're not our people. Read it.
Deuteronomy 28 verse
they're
64.
Jewish.
They're not Jews. They're Cushites.
No, they said
The word Jew comes from the word Judah. They're not Jews.
No,
They're
from my
Cushites.
dad's side I'm Cush, from my dad's side I'm
What?
Semitic.
Deuteronomy
And they are
28 verse
Semitic.
64. And Yahweh,
Yo, listen.
Deuteronomy 28 64.
Listen close.
And Yahweh shall scatter thee among all the people from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Read that again. Listen.
Deuteronomy 28 64. And Yahweh shall scatter thee among all the people from one end of the earth even unto the other.
So our God will scatter us. That's why we're scattered. We're all over the world, man.
But you
We're in
calling them
Europe.
Kush?
We're in China,
You calling
right?
them Kush?
We're in Somalia. Our people got the Bantu Somalis. Our people are in South Africa, West Africa. That's a curse that our God brought upon us. Because we disobeyed him.
He called the Ethiopian Jews.
What?
Cushitic,
And Yahweh
but
shall
Semitic.
scatter thee among all people
You know the difference
from
between
one end
Semitic
of
and
the
Cushitic?
earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Yeah, so among all these different lands that we've been scattered to, we're worshipping different spiritualities. We're into different religions, worshipping other gods. But not the God of our fathers, man. You have to worship the God of you have to go back to the God of your ancestors.
If I go back to my ancestors, they believe in voodoo and shit like that.
They don't believe in voodoo, man.
They believe voodoo is like spiritual
Yeah.
other ways.
You
of
go
doing
into your ancestry, that's in the Bible, man.
Yeah. Africa's crazy, man. You need to study Africa a little bit
We're
more.
not dealing with Africa. Africa's the name of a continent.
You're
There's
right,
many
yeah.
people call themselves Africans.
But that's why religion was introduced to control Africans.
There's
to control
many
the
people
black
call themselves
mind.
Africans.
Yeah, in
You have
my
Somalis
country,
call themselves
Eritrea,
Africans.
Ethiopia.
Right?
First
But
Christianity
you're not,
and
your
Islam
people
came
are
to
not
my
related
country.
to these other African
And you
peoples.
calling them Cushitic, they are Semitic.
So
they're
where are
Jews.
your people from? Your people are not related to their people.
They are.
So
How
who
do you
are
know?
your
Why
people?
don't you explain yourself?
That's what we're here
You
to
just
tell
try
you.
to. Nah.
Do you understand what I'm saying now?
I'm just trying to pick up some knowledge, that's all.
May I say something now?
Do you understand what he's saying?
May I just say this to you, right? Basically, what it is that the Most High, God, He divided the people. He created nations, right? And every nation has a name. The Most High created 18 nations. None of those 18 nations were Africans. The term Africa came a lot later. So what the elders saying is that every nation on this earth has a name. The Chinese are the Moabites. The Japanese are the Ammonites. We're the Israelites. The white man, they're the Edomites. There's no nation called Africa. So that's why he's saying
Africa's a continent.
it's a continent. Yeah, it's not a nationality. Nationality goes back to the Bible. What your forefathers were. Because the Most High created certain mental genitals from certain nations. So that's why the white man who's even lied in saying that we're all Africans. That's just another lie that the white man to put out there to confuse the people. To stop people knowing who they really are. Because really, this truth, this is what destroys the white man's kingdom. This truth, us waking up to who we are, that's what the white man's always been trying to hide. That's why he's lied about the Bible. That's why he's created so many churches which teach lies about the Bible.
But all they talk about is West Africa. When I asked him about East Africa, he's being racist. He called the Semitic group Cushitic group. You don't even know the difference. Come on. Man, that's bullshit, man.
Brother, thank you so much, man. Let me make a move.
Our people are mass confused, man.
Yeah, the white man's coming.
Yeah, man. That's why it's so hard. When you teach a lie for so long, people start believing that lie. Yeah.
he's brought them in.
Yeah.
You know, it's like trying to break through a wall with a pickaxe.
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
get through one layer, then there's another layer behind it.
Yeah.
You got to break through.
Some people just not ready to learn.
They're not ready, bro. They're not ready. Huh? So again.
I just wanted to ask, like, is that something of your message? What are you trying to tell the Catholic?
I was going to say that these people here are God's chosen people. They're the Jews, or the Israelites of the Bible. The Bible tells you that the Israelites were put on slave ships and they were sold to their enemies. Now the Bible also states that there's going to be a kingdom for our people. And we're going to rule over everybody that oppressed us in our kingdom that will be on the planet Earth. After this Third World War, when America gets destroyed by nuclear missiles, our people that believe in this truth, this message that we delivering, they will be saved out of this destruction.
What is the name of the...
We're the Israelites. We're the Israelites.
Israelites.
What country are you from?
I'm from Germany.
Germany. Well, well, really so-called white people, you're the Edomites. You're not white, or no one's black, no one's white, no one's purple, no one's orange. You descend from a man called Esau.
Yeah.
Esau, Edom, in the Bible. You can give me that in Genesis 25. Right?
Die 25 Anhang und dann abstep.
So you're going to find out the origins of so-called white people. You come from a man called Esau. It's a man called Esau. He came out red because he had no melanin. He came out red, on his blood was showing through his skin. So he's called Esau. Esau.
Right. It's like it's hard to...
Genesis 25 and 21.
Come on, Genesis 25, 21. Genesis 25 and 21. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian of Padanaram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated Yahweh for his wife because she was barren. And Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived.
So you had a man called Isaac, and his wife was called Rebekah. And she conceived, meaning she became pregnant.
And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
So she had two children struggling within her. And she said, why am I thus? Why are these two children struggling within my womb?
And she went to inquire of Yahweh.
So she went to inquire, meaning she went to a prophet, because Isaac and Rebekah were two dark-skinned individuals. Go ahead.
And Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
So the prophet said to her, listen, there's going to be 2 nations. Your 2 children, your 2 sons will become 2 nations.
One with melatonin and the other.
One would be the forefather of my people, and the other will be the forefather of so-called white people.
And Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and one people shall be stronger than the other people.
So one people gonna be stronger than the other people. Go on.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And the one that's born first, the elder, gonna be a servant to the one that's born after, the younger. Right? Go ahead.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
So when the days to be delivered, there were twins in her womb. Go ahead.
And the first came out, red all over, like an hairy garment.
And the eldest came out red all over. Red. See, when a so-called white child is born, the blood is shown through their skin. The first came out red all over, one.
Right? First came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
And they called his name Esau. What?
And after that came his brother out,
And after that came his brother out. What?
and his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
So that symbolized that Jacob would be the downfall of Esau. The so-called black man would be the downfall of the so-called white man. Go on.
And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 60 years old when she bare them.
Meaning Isaac was 60 years old when Rebecca, his wife, gave birth to both of the two sons. Now give me on second Ezra, chapter 6.
I think we gotta move on.
Huh?
Thank you. We gotta
Okay.
I think you have a good message, man.
Take care. Right. Go tell them, you know, well, one. You know? That's right, man. Yeah. We'll get it. Bring it out. Still bring it out. Let's talk about the towns. Let me do it.
I'm going to change the battery because it's got 2 minutes on it.
Rise and